So it's innovation within an economy that continues to follow certain sets of rules rather than looking for the new economy. Is that another way one could think about it?
There are different ways. All successful investment involves trying to get into something where it's worth more than you're paying. That's what successful investment is. And there are a lot of different ways to find something that's worth more than you're paying. You can look for it right in the cutting edge of technology, the way Sequoia does. The most remarkable investment firm in America is probably Sequoia. That venture capital firm, which absolutely fanatically stays right on the cutting edge of modern technology, they've made more money than anybody, and they have the best investment record of anybody. It's perfectly amazing what Sequoia has done.
So you've also talked repeatedly about people's mental biases. As you said, you don't want to be the smartest person, but you want to avoid doing stupid things. So how does one guard against mental biases in one's decision making?
I spent a lifetime trying to avoid my own mental biases. I rub my own nose in my own mistakes. B, I try and keep it simple and fundamental as much as I can. And I like the engineering concept of a margin of safety. I'm a very blocking and tackling kind of a thinker. I just try and avoid being stupid.
So,
and I have a way of handling a lot of problems. I put them on what I call my too hard pile, and I just leave them there. I'm not trying to succeed in my too hard pile.
And do they sometimes come back and require for you to?
Oh, I sometimes get things that are too hard, and when that happens, I fail.
So one has to accept limitations. Is that one of the really important pieces of avoiding these biases?
What I would say is the single most important thing, if you want to avoid a lot of stupid errors, is knowing where you're competent and where you aren't. Knowing the edge of your own competency. And that's very hard to do because the human mind naturally tries to make you think you're way smarter than you are.
So as a question that's almost personal given my research, I can't resist asking about innovation in finance. Over the last half century, it's a sector that's gone through several upheavals, radical change. To go back to the time when you were born, there were 30,000 banks in the US. None of them were very, very large. A few New York banks were big. And now the top 20 banks account for almost everything. But the range of innovation in finance has been huge. And there's a debate in academic finance for sure about how much of this innovation is helpful to the markets versus how much actually creates instability.
Well, I have a very clear opinion on that. I think the early innovation that the Bank of America did under Giannini, where he helped all these immigrants with these loans, and of all kind, and he kind of knew which ones were good for it and which ones weren't. I think that was all of the good. That brought banking and banking helped to a lot of people that deserved it. Helped the economy, it helped everybody. But once banking got so they want to be in soft white hands and make zillions as speculators, I don't think those developments have been a plus. In other words, I like banking when they're trying to avoid losses prudently.
By far the best investment you can make is in yourself. If you invest in yourself, nobody can take it away from you.